As parents, we always want to help our kids feel strong and confident. Our next guest wrote a book about it, and the focus, get this, is on our daughters. It's called The Confidence Code for Girls: Taking Risks, Messing Up, and Becoming Your Amazingly Imperfect, Totally Powerful Self. Welcome authors Claire Shipman and Katty Kay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I wanted to have you on the show because I have a 12-year-old little girl, Paloma, and this book is geared towards 8 to 13-year-old girls. Why did you choose that age group?
You know, the research is showing that girls from the age to 8 to 14 lose about 1/3 of their confidence. Up until 8, they're just as confident as boys. And then at about the age of 8, it plummets and it never really catches up again. It's partly nature and partly nurture. The two things married together. We want to start pleasing people. Girls start wanting to be perfect.
But the hormones don't really kick in till the teen years.
Well, no, they actually start unbelievably 8, 9, you know, and the estrogen and testosterone do very different things.
Oh, yeah.
So testosterone gives gives boys a big risk-taking boost, which can help to build confidence. And estrogen is more about bonding and being aware of things, and that can make us more cautious.
Well, you mentioned this. Girls tend to strive for perfection, which I know I was one of those people. Because the end result is often good, is it a bad thing?
Well, the problem with perfection is that you stop taking risks, right? So unless your answer in class is perfect, you don't want to raise your hand.
Yeah.
Unless you have a perfect score of scoring goals on your soccer team, you quit your soccer team.
Yes.
And risk-taking is what builds your confidence. And I think what we need to do with our girls is get them used to taking risks, and that means getting them used to failing a bit more and struggling a bit more. And also the perfection thing is you become a total people pleaser. You don't want to rock the boat, you want to keep everybody happy, but actually we need to raise confident women, and we need our girls to be able to speak up and advocate for themselves, and some of that is taking risks.
But you can't blame that all on hormones.
No, but what happens is parents and teachers encourage this, because it's really interesting. It's like a big bait and switch, because for the first 22 years of our lives, the educational system as set up helps to create these perfectionists. You want the kids who do everything right on their spelling test, check, they're quiet in class, they're good, they're people-pleasing. You get in the real world, none of that stuff helps you.
No.
You have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to speak up even when no one's paying attention to you.
Well, in my own case, they kicked me off the honor roll because I talked too much.
Yeah.
Risk taker, right here.
I
you are
objected to
now.
that violently because how dare you? It has something to do with my intelligence, the fact that I'm a talker.
Your social IQ was just super high. But girls, you mentioned about this perfection and encouraging them to take risks. How do we do that?
Yeah.
Well, there's a really interesting... Okay, all the people who are mothers out there, there's something really interesting you can do. Stop being a perfectionist yourself.
Oh, shoot.
Okay? Because guess what happens? If you are trying to be perfect and never struggling and never failing and telling your girls that what happens, they're going to want to do the same thing. So the number one thing you can do is get home, invent it, invent some struggle, invent something that goes wrong, whatever it takes, but show your girls that it's okay. You had a struggle and you overcame it. You're still standing, you're still there.
The other really interesting thing we found from our polling is that dads are better at spotting a lack of confidence in their daughters than moms are.
Wow.
Because it doesn't feel as odd to us. We recognize that behavior. Fathers are like, what is happening with my daughter who used to be willing to do anything? And so dads can play a really important role in kind of helping girls get comfortable being uncomfortable and doing things that make them a little bit nervous.
I like that.
Okay, so Katty, one more question about you were part of the broadcast of the royal family, right?
Yeah.
That little Meghan, she's something, I think. I don't think that girl felt this perfectionism because she is perfect, I think. But I bet you she was not in that what you described because she protested that there was a commercial running that was misogynist when she was in junior high school.
I
mean,
that.
Well, she was raised by a queen, right?
And she was really raised by a queen, and what honor and dignity that her mother had. I never thought in my lifetime I would see somebody like Meghan Markle join the royal family. This, for me, that marriage in that chapel was not just about Meghan and Harry, it was about different cultures. Here was a divorced black woman joining the traditional royal family. I was amazed. And American British, I loved it.
I loved it, and I loved this book. Our thanks to Katty Kay and Claire Shipman. The Confidence Code for Girls is available right now. And guess what? Members of our studio audience are going home with a copy. We'll